What up, y'all? What's going on? Are we live? Yes, we are live. Turn my mic down. What is up, everybody? What is going on? We are live. Yo, everybody, what is going on? It's your girl, Jay. It's Tuesday, and we're live. So, hello, everyone. Groovy, as always, is always the first one to comment. So, hello to Groovy. I don't know if Groovy is in here yet, but he definitely left me a comment early because he says he likes to be the first one. So, shout out to Groovy and shout out to everyone out there that is watching tonight. I really, truly appreciate those of you that come in and check me out and, kick it with me for a little bit. We just talk about some basketball. I don't know everything, but all of us together, we can have a great conversation. Y'all help me. I give y'all information. You give me information, and we have a good time. So thank y'all for being here. So I really do appreciate it. So there's Groovy with his early comment. Country Notary, what is up, Country? Thank you for showing up, for being here, not showing up, but being here and showing love. I appreciate that as always. RC is in the house. Thank you so much, RC. I appreciate it. You never let me down. Russell is in the building. What is up, Russell? Welcome to the live. And Nolan is in the building. Good evening, all. Thanks for hopping on tonight, Jay, and keeping everything cooking. We're so close to the tournament. Yes, we are. We are very close. And so I need y'all's help to figure out these brackets because I don't know what's going to happen. So we're going to dig through all that today, go through the brackets. I'm interested to seeing what you guys' picks are. I'll give my picks. Maybe your help and your information can help me make a bracket because I am in a couple of groups that we can put our brackets on. I think it's the official NCAA site, and then you can win a prize or something if your brackets are great. RC says, Jay, I rock with you hard because I try to watch your lives before everyone else's. Well, I do appreciate that. I do want to say when I first started this back when I was covering the Aces, I would be talking to myself, and that's fine because I really went on here. I would go live so I would be able to just have the video already uploaded to YouTube and I wouldn't have to worry about uploading it later. So I would go live because I know people wouldn't show up, and then I'll just do my show and then it'll be on YouTube, and then I will take the audio and put it on my podcast if I needed to. But look what's happened. I've gotten some people that show up every week for me, and I really appreciate it. And like I said, thank y'all. RC says, this tournament got my head spinning already. I'm settling down a bit because I was tricked off seeing how difficult our bracket was, not to mention both my teams in the same bracket. Yeah, I was emo. Yeah, that is... I was looking at that. I mean, you do have a very hard bracket. I'm trying to see how LSU is going to get out of the bracket. A lot of people have picked them to get out of the bracket into the Final Four. So we shall see how that goes. But we'll get into that in a second. Nolan says, every time I go back to my bracket, I'm changing my mind. There's so many great matchups and scenarios. Yes, same here. I looked at those brackets since Sunday, trying to figure out which way I'm going to go and how I'm going to pick. And there's matchups I choose, or winners I choose based off what I want to see happen, like who I want to see go up against each other. But then I have to back up and be realistic and say, do I really think, this team will make it or beat this other team? So I don't know. I go back and forth, but I got that. That's the point of brackets, right? All right, so before we jump into, hold on, Country says, are you going to drop the link to the bracket challenge? Yes, I can drop the link. I'm in 2. I guess let me find the link and I will put it, if I can, I think I can put it in the comments. I will try to do that though, Country. Let me see if I can find the link and I'll do that. So Give me a few. Before we end the show, I'll drop the link, and then you guys can click on it and join whatever group you want to join or do your own thing, but you can set it up. So actually, I might be able to, let me see if I can do, if I can find the link, I can go to it, and I'll just drop it right now. Give me 1 second while I'm looking for it. I think this is it. Okay. Let me copy it. And then I think this is it, y'all. I don't know. Let me know if you click on it and it works. But that's the bracket. That's how I got into it. So hopefully you can get into it too. And I don't think I can I pin it? I don't know if I pinned it or not, but it's there. So let me know if you got it. All right. RC says, oh, wow, your sub count is my birthday, 39. Oh, happy belated birthday, RC. Yes, I'm at 309. Hopefully I'll be past that after tonight's live. I usually get a nice little uptick of subs after my live. So we'll see what happens. I'm on a quest for 500. I'm really trying to get to that 500. That was a goal that I set for myself, and I really want to get to that. So hopefully, I'll get there soon. I'm a slow go, but I'll get there. It's like 3-9. Yep. Country says, hit that like button, y'all. Please, yes. If you're in here, go ahead and hit that like button. Get the ball rolling so other people will see me in the algorithm and, come in here and we can have a good time. So I don't know if that... Groovy says, at this point, outside of South Carolina, I'm not 100% on anyone making it to the Final Four. I love the parity of this season. Yeah, it is. Anybody could win at this point. Like anybody, it can be an upset. It can be who you think is going to make it. Like you just don't know. So that's the exciting part about this, and most nerve-wracking part about doing the brackets. Okay. I was going to say, did the link work? RC says, so do we need to click the link from another device? Is that your choices on the bracket? I don't know. I don't know what it took you to. Did it take you to mine? I thought it just took you to, that's my link that I set up. That I filled out my bracket on, but I don't know what it looks like for you guys. If not, I think you can just click on the homepage of ESPN and it'll take you to this tournament challenge. So I don't really know what you guys are seeing. Nolan says, happy birthday, RC. Country says it works. RC says thanks. So I don't know what you guys see on that link that you click on. I was hoping it'll take you to the page of the tournament, and then you can create your own bracket and sign up for a group or do whatever. So I don't know if it took you to my bracket. I don't know if it did that. Let me know if it took you to my bracket, because I would think you would have to be signed in under me in order for you to see my bracket or be under my bracket. So y'all let me know. Make sure I ain't sent out the wrong link, and I can find another way to send y'all a link. This is a link I got from Sess. She had a challenge going, so I got this link from Sess. So I don't know if it takes you straight to Sess's group or you can start your own group. But y'all just let me know. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started with some news around the webs, the interwebs that I've been seeing mainly today, but some from a couple of days ago. RC says, I was only guessing because I don't know and I don't want to get knocked off live. I'll check from my tablet. Yeah, you can do it later. If you think it's going to knock you off, you can just do it later. It's all good. So I'm going to bring up my slides. And first, we're going to talk about some portal news. Because if you guys are fans of South Carolina, like I am, you heard about Sanaya Ja going into the portal. So I found a site on Instagram that had a bunch of college players that were going into the portal. I don't know many of them, so I just chose a few of the names that I had heard before in some of the teams that I've seen and put this in here. But yeah, Ja has entered the portal. We knew Catering Pool, well, not so recently, but maybe like a few days ago, we found out Catering entered the pool. Catering hasn't played for LSU since before they did the tournaments in November, so this is not really a surprise that Catering is leaving LSU. Asia Petty, though, has entered the transfer portal, so she is leaving Kentucky, which I don't want to say I'm not surprised. I know the coach, Kentucky's coach, isn't that the coach that got let go? So it could be because of that. But yeah, Asia Petty is leaving Kentucky, and Mama Dembele from Mizzou is also entering the transfer portal. And we'll see how those go. Those are just some of the names I've heard about as I've been watching some college hoops this season. So we'll keep our eye out and see where some of these players end up. And then we had some announcements made. I think this happened today. The USBWA, which is the Writers Association, named their All-American teams. So your first team, you have Cameron Brink, Paige Beckers, Camila Cardoso, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Juju Watkins. Second team is Aaliyah Edwards, Hannah Hidalgo, Mackenzie Holmes, Elizabeth Kitley, Tahina Paopao. Your third team is Georgia Amore, Madison Booker, Deja Fair, Elisa Peely, and JC Sheldon. Now, their honorable mentions, which has kind of got, Twitter going a little bit, is no, I can barely see that. I gotta make it bigger. I need glasses, y'all. Reagan Beers from Oregon State, Lauren Betts from UCLA, Rakia Jackson from Tennessee, Cody McMahon from Ohio State, and Anissa Morrow from LSU. So those are the people that didn't make the teams, but they gave them an honorable mention. So that's kind of been buzzing around because people feel like Rakia and Anissa should have made a team and not been honorable mention. They felt like Rakia should have been no lower than second team. I just been hearing that buzz around, so we shall see. I mean, she is in her fifth year. She will probably declare for the WNBA. I'm sure she'll get drafted. I think she's projected to go third, or maybe, I know stuff has moved around, so I think she's still third, and I'm sure she's okay. Robert is in the building. Good evening, Robert. And then Nolan says, I think I saw a lot of Ja's time on court this year, and it wasn't a lot. But her, I don't know what that is, Sheldon. JC? I'm not sure what you're saying there, but Ja did not play that many. I think she averaged 3 minutes. 3 minutes a game, I believe is what I read. The next thing is the Freshman of the Year. So the Freshman of the Year award went to Juju Watkins. That's no surprise. Of course, I would like to have seen Hannah Hidalgo up there because that's my girl, but Juju is right up there, so there's no complaints from me. about that. And the coach of the year, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, is Dawn Staley. This is her third in a row. She's won 4 out of the last 5 of these awards that they've given out. I think she's only missed one award or 1 year. So shout out to Dawn. And then we move on to, I think it's called the Sporting News. The Sporting News is the name of this publication. Their first team, and I got to make this big again because I can't see. Their first team is Cameron Brink, Caitlin Clark, Hannah Hidalgo, Liz Kitley, and Juju Watkins. So on their first team, they have Hannah and Juju making first team, so that's dope. The second team is Reagan Beers, Paige Beckers, Camila Cardoso, Angel Reese, and JC, I don't know why I can't speak, JC Sheldon. That was a little controversial for people. They felt like, maybe Camila should have been on first or Angel should have been on first, but this is this publication's opinion, I guess. And that's what they put. For the third team, they have Madison Booker, Leah Edwards, Deja Fair, Aoka Lee, and Elisa Peely, who made their third team. So I think that's it for those awards. And then this next slide, I have the Naismith Awards announced that they have their finalists for their Defensive Player of the Year. It is up. It is ready. And these are the finalists. I feel like I'm on an awards show. The nominees are Cameron Brink from Stanford. Of course, we know that. Camila Cardoso, South Carolina. My girl, Hannah Hidalgo, made the finals. Notre Dame, and then Celeste Taylor from Ohio State. So shout out to Eclectic. If you're watching or if you will watch, your girl made the finalists for the Defensive Player of the Year. So who do you guys think out of those 4 is going to, who do y'all think is going to get that? It's between, no, it doesn't want to work. Hold on. Cameron Brink, Camila, Hannah, and Celeste. Let me know who y'all pick. My pick is naturally I would probably pick Cardoso to be Defensive Player of the Year, but Hannah has done so much on the defensive end with her steals. And she's just all over the place. Like, if you watch her play, she is all over the place. Her eye is always on the ball. She's waiting for that right moment. If she has the double, or if she's like, catching people through catching people as they're trying to go to the basket. As soon as they bounce that ball down, she's taking it and she's going to the other end. So it would be dope if Hannah won, but I think Cardoso is going to get it. Let me see some of your comments real quick before I get back into these. Let's see. Dream Chaser is in the house. What is up, Dream Chaser? Thanks for coming to the live. What's up, Jay? I appreciate it. Robert said Hannah Hidalgo would have been my freshman of the year. Yeah, I want Hannah to get all the things, but also Juju deserves all the things as well. So, I know not every place is going to pick both of them. So it's going to be one or the other. So, Juju's doing her thing though. And I think it's the scoring that's edging out Hannah, because Hannah doesn't score as much. But, I'm not mad at Juju. Oh, I think I saw most of Josh's time on court. Not a lot, but it looks like there's so much potential. That's what Nolan says. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I mean, Josh seemed like she would have been great on that team, but whatever happened that was what did they say? A detriment to the team. Something was going on, some conduct detrimental to the team that caused her to not be on the team. And Dawn, whether she knew or not, I don't know. She had made a statement saying that she hopes that Ja comes back to the team and, you know, rejoins the team and all that stuff. But it looks like that's not the case. Groovy says, why does the media love Liz Kitley so much? I don't see it. I don't know. I hear her name a lot, but I do know she's hurt. I think that just happened recently. So, I mean, her name does come up a whole lot though. And wasn't she made player of the year for her conference, I believe, as well. Dream Chaser says, no, Angel should have been first team. I would agree with that. Who would you take off to put Angel there? I can put it back up and see. The first team, you had Caitlin, Cameron, Hannah, Liz. Oh, I guess you would take Liz off and put Angel. Is that what you would do, Dream Chaser? RC says, I don't see nothing too problematic about the awards list. I would agree with that. I feel like it's the publications, and that's what I don't know. I don't hold too much weight against that because it's all objective, really. But you like to see your people, you know, get their shine and stuff. Dream Chaser says, RC, your aces. I think Angel should have been first and Brink's second team. Oh, just saying, not I see your aces. RC, I think Angel should have been first and Brink should have been second. Oh, okay. So take Brink off. So leave Liz Kitley, put Brink on second. Okay. Robert says Camila Cardoso would be my defensive player of the year. Okay. Same. Nolan said, love these players especially Camilla, but I think it's probably Cameron Brink, pro ready, I think. Okay. You think Cameron's going to get defensive player of the year? Everybody wants Hannah to win, but Juju deserves it. That's what Dream Chaser says. True. Yeah, they're so neck and neck. Like, honestly, they're neck and neck. I can't hate on people choosing Juju. Juju's been doing some of the most amazing things at USC, which some of the best women's basketball players in the history of basketball have come through that school, and she's killing all of them. So that holds a lot of weight. Not that Hannah isn't breaking all of Notre Dame's their records as well, and there's been some really good players coming out of there as well. But I think it's the whole USC kind of thing, and then just the way she's been playing, she's been killing it. RC says, as long as Caitlin is there and Juju, I could care less. Okay, I see you. Lunch break hot take. What is up? Thank you for coming to the live. I appreciate it. All right, we'll get back into where we at. All right, so we talked about that. And then I thought this was pretty interesting just for some conversation. So ESPN put this up and they said, who are you picking? They have a little mini bracket here with the best women's NCAA duos. They have, and they're playing with my emotions because they have my two teams going against each other, but that's natural, I guess. But you got Camila Cardoso and Tahina Pau versus Angel Reese and Anissa Morrow. You have Paige Beckers, Aaliyah Edwards versus Caitlin Clark and Hannah Stokey. That's on one side of the bracket. The other side, you got JC Shelton and Celeste Taylor versus Kiki Rice and Charisma Osborne. And then you got Cameron Brink and Kiki Ariefren against my girls, Hannah Hidalgo and Maddie Westbelt. So, audience, who do y'all have? Because this is This is crazy. South Carolina versus LSU. Which duo is coming out of that? For me, that's tough. I don't know. I'm looking at Anissa versus Pow Pow, and I don't think Pow Pow can guard Niece really. Like I mean, not saying that she's not good on defense, but Niece is a bully down low. Like she don't care. She's getting to the basket. She's getting every rebound if Angel's not getting it. So like she's not easy to move around. So that matchup itself, I would edge out Morrow. And I think Angel and Camilla kind of cancel each other out because both of them are going to battle. Like we've already seen, both of them are going to battle. Camilla has edged out Angel. So it's it's almost a toss up because if Camilla can take out Angel, I don't think Tahina Pow Pow can take out Morrow. But man, she could kill him with the threes. So I don't know. That's too hard. I have to come back to that. Then you got Paige and Aaliyah from UConn against Caitlin Clark and Hannah from Iowa. I mean, I'm not even a Caitlin Clark fan like that, but I just think that Iowa will come out in that battle against UConn. Down below, Ohio State versus UCLA. That's tough. I don't know, man. I'm just going to pick the first thing that comes to mind. I would choose the team of UCLA with Kiki and Charisma over JC and Celeste, even though Celeste is a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. So that has to hold some weight. I don't know. I'm going to go with UCLA. And then that next bracket with Cameron and Kiki versus Hannah and Maddie. I have to go for Hannah and Maddie because, like, give Hannah the ball and let her just drive to the basket every time. You can't stop her. You cannot. You can't stop her. And if by chance she misses and you can stop her for that one time, Maddie can shoot mid-range. Maddie can hit you from the outside. So I would give it to Notre Dame. So if I'm going back up, who am I going to pick between South Carolina and LSU? My heart says LSU. Because of the Anissa factor. But I'm going to go with South Carolina. So I don't know. I'm going to see what you guys have been saying in the comments, if you guys gave me any answers. RC says Juju can lead her team to the Natty from over there. I don't think that Hannah can do that. I think I'm not going to say I don't think Hannah can do that. Hannah is the reason. Hannah, and not to say she's the only reason, because her teammates have definitely been helping out. I can't sleep on Maddie. You cannot sleep on DeWolf. Kiki coming off the bench has been great. Although they don't have Kylie right now because she tore her ACL, but she was great in the number 5 spot. And then Sonia Citron. So, I mean, they have a good team, but they've been playing hurt the whole season and they've been winning. And they've gotten all the way to the tournament. So I don't know. I think if the will is there, they could definitely do some of the same things that USC has been doing. But, it's Juju. It's hard to say. Robert said the reason I picked Hannah Hidalgo as freshman, she has to take over and run the team at point guard, and look how she excelled. That part. It's not easy to take over a team and run that team. That's what you do as the point guard. You're the coach on the floor. So to come in and take over that team and lead them through all those injuries, I think that doesn't need to be overlooked. Dream Chaser says Anissa, heart. I love me some Anissa Morrow. RC says, I'm going to interject. I love Hannah. She's the future and the present, but it should have possibly been Kate Martin instead of Hannah. For what are you talking about? Defensive or one of the first teams? RC says, Kiki Rice J, I'm begging her to take the F over. Charisma can shoot that thing, but sometimes she headbutts herself against streaky shooting. Okay. So you saying you're going with UCLA? Is that what you were saying? Country Notary says, although I'm the Gamecock fan, I have to agree with you on the Reese Morrow, Brink, and Ariaf Efron from the other bracket. Okay, so Country says Stafford and South Carolina. So if I had my picks, that means South Carolina would go up against Iowa. I think I went with South Carolina. I think, it's just hard when you got, I'm not going to front. Like, Caitlin Clark is that girl. So it's kind of hard when you're thinking about two on two, like that duo. If we're just looking at 2-on-2, I don't know. I think Caitlin would shoot the lights out, and she would end up going to the finals. And then if I said Notre Dame came out on top, if they were to beat UCLA, and then they go up against Caitlin Clark. Now Caitlin can shoot those logo threes, but Hannah can get to the basket real good. And Maddie Westbell can also hit the three. But I would probably say Iowa. That'll probably be the last time you hear me say Iowa RC, so just take what you can get, please. RC says it's going to sound a little crazy, right? But Paige Beckers and Leah Edwards, you really can't sleep on them. No, none of these players you can sleep on. Anybody at any moment can get hot. I'm just going off the top of, what I'm just randomly thinking. I'm not like comparing like super stats or anything like that. Reese Morrow for the chip. Okay. I like that. Cool challenge, though. Yep, that's what Country says. And then RC says, I'm leaning towards the South Carolina duo, then Iowa duo. Stop playing with me, UCLA. And lastly, I'll go with Hannah Hidalgo and Maddie. RC says, Kate Martin, the best Iowa duo. Oh, okay. You're saying take off Hannah. Also, I probably wouldn't have picked Tahina to be a duo with Camila Cardoso. I don't know. I feel like, her and Raven play better together to me. RC says, I forgot South Carolina, LSU duo. I'm going LSU. Country said with Reese Morrow or Camila, no one else would get a rebound, so they would have to make every shot. Pretty much. Because, Camila, she's there. But Angel is good at the putbacks. Like, if she goes up for a shot, sometimes her and Nice are fighting for the rebound, but Angel is so quick back up. Like, once she takes a shot, if it doesn't go down, she's usually the first one up before anybody thinks about it. So she can get the putbacks, but as far as just regular rebounds, ain't nobody getting no rebounds but Anissa and Killa is what they call her. Definitely Raven. Okay, so you agree with me. I think Raven and Camilla make a better duo than Pow Pow. Lawrence is in the house. What up, Lawrence? Thanks for coming to the live. LSU, Morrow, is beast. Yes, I agree. I want so bad for Anissa to have like a breakout game, even though she has had some good moments during the season. But I feel again she's kind of overshadowed by, and it's not on purpose. I mean, Angel Reese just went off on on the press conference people a week ago to tell people to stop sleeping on Anissa Morrow. So, but I think she's just overshadowed by the names that are on LSU. And you just don't hear a lot about Anissa, but Anissa's still in there grinding. She's still in there doing her thing. And I just want her to really come out and put these people on notice. Let people know where you came from. And you were killing people in DePaul, and you can kill people over here in LSU. Dream Chaser says Chi-Town Beast. Yes, that is correct. All right, so that was that cool little challenge. So if you guys are watching after this live, go ahead and drop your comments below. Let me know who you're picking, who's going to win it all of this best women's NCAA duo. And if you're in here now, go ahead and hit those thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, that would be great. I would truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I don't have to give my spiel right now. You already know that's what keeps my people's eyes on me. All right, a couple of other things that I found on the webs is Deja Kelly is now she signed a deal with Tommy Hilfiger as the first NIL college ambassador, and there she is modeling her Tommy Hilfiger fit. And Malaysia Fulwali, she is just racking up the bags at this point. She's just racking it up. We had the announcement earlier about her signing with Steph Curry's shoe brand, the first to sign directly to him and his shoe brand. And now she is the first to sign an NIL deal with Red Bull. So, and that's fitting. Malaysia Fulwali and Red Bull, like, shoot the commercial right now. Just shoot the commercial right now. That's pretty much a match made in heaven. So get that money, Fulwali. I can't wait to see what she's going to do in the tournament. All right, I think we're down. We're ready for and this one last thing. Okay, I saw this tweet. It says Tick Pick, which is really a weird and funny name, but has sold 6 times as many tickets for the women's Final Four compared to the men's Final Four already. That is as of today, that this particular site has sold 6 times, not double, not triple, 6 times as many tickets for the women's Final Four before the tournament has even started compared to the men's Final Four. So, I mean, women's basketball it's on fire right now. It's on fire, and people continue to say that. Like, I hear commentators say I can name, several women in the NCAA right now, and I couldn't really tell you more than 2 men on that side, or they know some of the hottest teams and who's number 1 and who's doing whatever on the women's side, but they can't really too much tell you what's going on the men's side. So, I mean, this is really dope. Women in sports, especially basketball, have always been balling. They've always been this special. They've always been this talented, even though, I know talent improves and skill improves over the years. But what I'm saying is that we, like I've been playing, they've always been this great. It's just no one paid attention to women, and no one paid attention to their game. And so with the help of, social media and, people like, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and now that these are big names in the game, and you have people like Juju Watkins and Hannah Hidalgo, and you hear things about them and the big numbers that some of these players are putting up, or the blocks, and the way these teams are fighting or coming back, and buzzer beaters and things like that. Like, it is truly dope to see, like, finally some traction is starting, and I just hope it stays. I hope it continues to grow, and we continue to show these people that still complain or still say that women's basketball is boring, or you'll get the people in the comments like, who are we talking about? What is that? Whatever, like they're trying to be funny to say that they don't know what's going on, but you're watching. If you're in the comments commenting on someone's video or post about women in basketball, you've been watching. So shout out to everyone that all these ladies out here doing their thing, because it's truly, truly dope, and I'm super happy for them. Before I get into the brackets, let's see what some of the comments are saying. Country says, awesome for the ladies. That's for the NIL deals. RC says, I'm glad someone else is getting the bag besides Caitlin Clark. Congratulations, Lay. Yeah, I mean, the bag is coming. I've seen, like, even though they're not, super huge deals like, Red Bull or Reebok or Nike or, Tommy Hilfiger. I'll see some of the girls on social media doing their ads for, different things. So the opportunity to make money, especially for women in sports or women in basketball, is great. Because people keep saying like, well, if they go to the league, they're going to take a pay cut and blah, 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 blah. That's not true. Most of these companies that are with them will still be with them when they go pro. They'll just be endorsements and not NILs. But I think it's great that they have an opportunity to make money and to make a name for themselves and to put themselves in a good financial space. So if they do go to the W, while the W is trying to figure out what they're going to do with the pay, because it is way too low, but these women don't have to worry about living off of like that, just that W salary. They build relationships with these different companies and things as they were in college. And then they can take those relationships and build upon that and use that to make a living in addition to what they're going to get in the W. So, I'm happy for anybody that can get those NIL deals. RC says, don't nobody care about no damn men's. And I love basketball. For some reason, it's hard for me to watch. I watched some of the men's games as they were going through their conference tournaments. I don't know. It just wasn't as exciting for me like it normally is. I don't know what it is, but I mean, they're still just as talented, but I don't know. I was more excited to see the things that had happened during our I keep saying our like I'm part of it, but the women's conference tournaments. Nolan says we're spoiled watching these young athletes so great. Yes, we are. We are, because they're doing a damn thing. RC says, I don't like men's no more. I used to like men's college basketball, but I don't like men's no more. Jay, I have zero chill. I know you do. I know you don't. You don't have any chill, but I agree. I haven't really been interested in seeing it. Groovy says, I was going to go to the Final Four, but the hotel prices are out of control. I can only imagine. I mean, the markups, you talking about surge pricing, Ubers, Lyfts, hotels, restaurants, places around. I'm sure all those, everything is going to be high. And I was thinking, because University of Texas is here in Austin, I could check out some of the tickets and maybe see some of that. What is it? What group are they in? Portland 4. The Portland 4 group is starting the first 2 rounds here in Austin. And I was thinking of going to maybe check out Tennessee or some of the other teams. But, I mean, UT is already an expensive organization here. And so their tickets aren't cheap, period, to begin with. So I wasn't even going to look at trying to get any of these conference tickets right now, because or these early tournament tickets, because I don't know. I might still see it. I might still see what they have going on. Lawrence says Angel Reese just signed an NIL deal with Goldman Sachs, $1 million Black Women program. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Thanks for that information. Yeah, Country said she saw that. That was good stuff. That is dope. That's one thing. Like Angel gets to the bag. I just hope she has, she can, cause she has a lot of money between her and Flage. And she's young. So hopefully she has plans in place to keep that money going. So, when she does go to the league, she doesn't even have to worry about touching that money. She has money. And she can set herself up to, really do some things outside of basketball if she wants. Because there's so many young players on the NBA side. They blow their money like crazy. And they get a minimum of $1 million. So they get that money. They're buying all kind of crazy stuff, doing all kind of crazy stuff with their money. And then once they leave the league, they don't have anything to show for it. And they've been playing for maybe 10 plus years and they don't have anything to show for it. So hopefully, since she started out so young with it, she, her and all the ladies who have those big deals, that they can really, work on keeping that. Jesse James, welcome to the live. Jesse said, what's killing the men's game is 1 and 2 years and done, and people can learn and follow the women's game because they do 4 or 5 years. That is actually a really good point. You're right. Like when you can grow with a player and you continuously watching them, and they're in school, so you have families that's showing up, people are invested in these schools and stuff like that, and they're going to see these players. It really helps to build the fan base. So you're definitely right about that. I agree with that for sure. RC says, Groovy, I'm loving this attention women's game is getting. I just happen to be a fan of both a collegiate player in our game today, of the best collegiate player in our game today. Robert says the one and done have messed up the men's basketball game. Okay, Robert agrees with what Jesse was just saying. RC says, you know what ruined the men's games, Jay? The fact that everyone there wants to be one and done. Yep. So here's a question. A lot of people have been saying like the women should allow, or the W should allow the college girls to maybe leave after 2 years if they're ready and go to the W. Now we know that can't really be a possibility right now just because I don't think they have the space for it, and they need to pay these people. Like I don't disagree with that. They need to pay these people. But do y'all think because that hurts the men's game, and y'all say it hurts the men's game, do you think that would eventually start to hurt the women's game as well if they were only there for a year or two and then they go to the league? Sorry to cough in the mic, y'all. RC says, we said it at the same time. Oh yeah. Country said women also have more drama, and the media love drama. Yeah. That is true. That is true. Because to be honest, I hadn't heard so much about women's basketball before the whole finals game last year happened. Like it was all over my timeline, up and down. So I mean, people do love drama. So I see that. But the thing that I love about the women's game is there may be some drama, but these women can back it up with the skill that they have, and they can play. It's not like powder puff basketball. Like these girls are out here, or women are out here taking bowls to the face, getting black eyes, hurting ankles, tearing ACLs, just like, men do. So they can, it may be drama, but they can definitely back it up with the skill that they have on the floor. Robert says, you in Austin, I've been living here for years. Really? Really? Yep. I don't live in the city. I live on the outside, but I've been in this area since, I moved to Austin, but I was in Austin since 2000. When did I move? 12. And then I moved outside of Austin in 2017. RC says, I wonder who can beat LSU. Shots fired. What are you talking about? In the tournament? Dream Chaser says it seems like the men don't try and practice on improving their game. I mean, look at how Caitlin be shooting it deep. That's a lot of work you got to put in. That is true. It takes a lot of strength to chunk that ball up that high because that arch, it ain't like it's a straight shot. She has arch on that ball. So it does take a lot of skill, a lot of work, and a lot of strength to do that. And you could be right. The men maybe don't practice or take it as seriously. And honestly, they probably don't because they don't have to, you know? Lauren says, I hope Angel come back next year. I also hope that. I've been rooting for her to come back. I kind of want Nisa to be able to take over the team, so I'm a little bit on the fence. I think Angel still has things she can work on and develop that will only help her when she goes pro next year if she decides she doesn't want to go pro this year. So I don't see any harm in her staying. I think it would only benefit her if she stays. At least that's how I see it. Country says, hopefully more of these ladies will tap into their personalities and swag and market themselves accordingly. There are so many opportunities out there. And you're right. You are correct on that. I agree with that. I do. And I think that's also what draws people in when you can not necessarily relate, but when you feel connected to some of these players, you watch them, you want to see their journey, you want to see them, how they perform. You're rooting for them. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I'm so into it. Like I find these players that I like, and I started researching and seeing like where did they come from, what are they doing, and where have they battled back from. And I look at people like Raven, who got hurt early in her career. She went up to 200 pounds because she was hurt, ended up getting her body back into shape. And look at her now. Like she never got hurt. Or Camilla, who came from Brazil, left her family just to come here to play basketball. Or, you look at, different players, Anissa Morrow and Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark, like all those players who like what are their stories and what are they doing for their teams and things like that. I think that's what connects me to some of these players, because I really want to root for them just to be successful. I don't really care about necessarily wins and losses. I just want them to be successful. RC says, Dream Chaser, what you said. Country, oh, you said loves, okay. Dream Chaser says, I want to see Angel go to the WNBA and be a part of the draft with Caitlin. I'm gonna be honest about that. One of the main reasons that I don't want Angel to go into the draft this year is because of Caitlin. I feel like they're so joined at the hip, like not of their own, like it's not because they want to be, it's because the media is always, if it's not the media, it's the fans or the haters or whoever it is. It's like Caitlin can't do anything without Angel being brought up. Angel can't do anything without Caitlin being brought up. And I think they deserve to go do their own thing. And I mean, I don't want to stop Angel from going pro if she wants to go pro. But what I'm saying is, like, if they just do their own thing, let Caitlin go do her thing in the W, Angel stays and, works on things and does her thing. And maybe people won't keep comparing them all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm tired of hearing about both of them every time one of their names is brought up. So I just want them to like go do their own thing. RC says, nope, the money doesn't match. Plus there's not enough new teams in the W. Yep. Country said it would definitely hurt the game if women were to be able to leave after 1 or 2 years. For sure, the talent is immense. I agree. Dream Chaser says, y'all ain't beating us. Wait, who is us? Who is us? I want to know. I want to be in on it. Robert says, the last time I was really into the men's game was when Zion Williams was at Duke. The last time I was into college men's basketball, I'm not even going to tell you who was there. Because who was it? Oh, man. It was so many years ago. So many years ago. I started watching Duke because of Grant Hill, and that was a long time ago. Jesse James says it would hurt because it would create the problem the men have now because it would take all of the stars. Yep. I agree. RC says if they went from college early to the pros, this would dramatically hurt the game that we love. Okay. Dream Chaser don't start. Lauren says, I hope Ja would come to LSU. I was thinking about that. That can be very interesting. Country Notary says, exactly, Jay. I do the same thing. I'm assuming you're talking about researching or finding out about the players. I just love learning about people, especially if I haven't been watching them, to learn about their story. And I do the same thing for the players in the W. Like, the more I find out about Asia Wilson, the more I love her as a player. Like, I think she's dope. And, you know, having read her book as well, that just gives me more insight on the person that she is, and I think she's dope. RC says, me too. After Zion left college, I was saying that on a live. After Zion, RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish left college, I checked out. Lauren says, Morrow don't get no respect for LSU. I don't think Morrow gets enough respect. I don't think she gets enough respect. She may not score all the points, but when I tell you that girl is on the floor, she is not out of the game a lot because they don't have the bench for that. But regardless, she's in that game. She never looks tired. She is battling for that board every single time. She is good on defense. If her shots will fall down just a little bit more, like, she would be a top scorer. It's just her shots haven't been falling like normal. But she's a dog. She's a dog, and she deserves her respect. So I'm waiting for her to have her big moment. RC says, who was there, Jay? Was it Vince Carter at North Carolina? I watched him play in college too. I can't remember who the last group of people were that left. Now I can't think of his name. What's the white guy who's the commentator now that people don't really like? He came from Duke. Is his name Jay? I can't think of his last name. But I think when he left, that whole little group of people, I stopped watching Duke. Because I wanted to go to Duke. I wanted to go to Duke since I was, I wanted to go to Duke because Grant Hill. And then I was like, blue is my favorite color. I'm going to go to Duke. I'm going to study. And I applied, but I ended up going somewhere else because Duke is expensive. And my mom was like, you don't have enough scholarships for that, baby. So I did not end up going to Duke. I am happy where I did go. It's hard to transition to the W. Not everybody's Aaliyah Boston. True that. Robert says, and that was Nolan. Robert says, I agree. I love Grant Hill's game when he was at Duke. RC says, I saw Aaliyah Boston first regular season game in her first ever possession. You saw it, like you watch it on TV, or you saw it live? I saw Aaliyah Boston first ever WNBA game. JJ Redick, that's his name. Look at MMA Lifestyle coming through. What up? What up? Welcome to the live. Hey y'all, if y'all have not hit that like button, please. I really appreciate it. JJ Redick, yeah, around him and y'all, I get on here and I don't be remembering nothing. It's been so many years. I can't think of the other guy. I can see his face. He's a black dude. I think he played with JJ Redick, but we're not going to get into that. Whatever. My brain don't be working all the time, y'all. It's been a lot of hard years for me. Yes, Jay Williams. There you go. Thank you, RC. Nolan says Aaliyah and Caitlin on the floor together going to be so special. That's going to be crazy to see. And actually, I can't wait. JJ Redick was at Duke. Yep, that's what I meant. I was a Duke fan. MMA Lifestyle says Brain, Final Four, Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, and USC. Okay, hold on to that thought. We're going to get into these brackets. I'm just going through these, comments real quick. RC says, I saw both live. Oh, was that amazing? Was that just an amazing game or amazing to see Aaliyah Boston play live? Kyra, hello. Love AB, huge fan. Thank you for coming to the live. MMA Lifestyle says JJ Redick and Kevin Durant were in college the same year. I didn't watch Kevin Durant, but he was at UT. University of Texas. We call it UT here, but University of Texas, or I guess other people call it just Texas. But he was there, I believe, right? I didn't watch him, but I did watch when JJ was in Duke, and I think that was that last year was the last time I saw Duke play. All right, so now we're about to pull up these brackets. So this is the big picture. And I have it broken down. So if it's too small, y'all can't see it. I have it broken down by the different categories. But as you can see, the number one seeds, which we know, South Carolina, Iowa, USC, and Texas, UT. Which I don't know. I wasn't really expecting Texas to be number one, but yeah, I think it was between them and Stanford. But yeah, Texas edged them out, and they are number one. And of that, Portland number 4. And we're gonna look at these brackets, and we're gonna see who do we think is coming out of these brackets. So we got the first one. Albany 1 and Portland 4. Whoever comes out of Albany 1 will face Portland 4 for the Final Four. So we have South Carolina against Sacred Heart and Presbyterian. These teams, they have to play. I think they play Thursday to see which one is going to win, and then that team is going to play South Carolina. You got North Carolina against Michigan State, Oklahoma against FGCU, Indiana against Fairfield, Nebraska against Texas A&M, Oregon State against Eastern Washington, Ole Miss against Marquette, and Notre Dame against Kent State. On the Portland 4 side, you got Texas versus Drexel, Alabama versus Florida State, Utah versus South Dakota State, Gonzaga versus UC Irvine, Tennessee versus Green Bay, NC State versus Chattanooga, Iowa State versus Maryland, and then Stanford versus Norfolk State. So if we're looking at this first bracket over here, Albany 1. I mean, who is going to make it? Who's going to be the final 2 out of this bracket? South Carolina for sure for me is coming out. But we think it's going to be Ole Miss. You think it's going to be Notre Dame? Who do we think is coming out of this first little bracket section? The final 2. I would like to see South Carolina and Notre Dame just because those are my 2 teams, but Notre Dame will not beat South Carolina. So it really doesn't really matter to me. I don't think any team, not that they can't, I don't think any team will beat South Carolina. So South Carolina will come out of Albany 1 for sure. If I'm looking at the other side, I'm kind of, this is just what I want to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see Tennessee come out of this Portland 4 and let them go at it against South Carolina, because none of these teams, well, the teams that have played South Carolina, none of those teams have come close to beating South Carolina. And Tennessee came close the game before the conference final game or the conference tournament games. And then, of course, we already know what happened. They were winning. And that 1.1 second, Camilla hit that 3. So I think they have a good chance of giving South Carolina some really good competition. I don't know if they'll win, but just selfishly, I would like to see Tennessee and South Carolina in that Final Four section. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Let's see. We'll go to the comments here. Oh, Kyra says, love the run and scroll at the bottom of the screen. Thank you. I'm trying to, because sometimes I forget to tell people to hit the like or whatever. So put that down there. And when I think about it, I can say it. And if I don't think about it, people can read it. So if y'all are reading that, go ahead and give me those likes if you haven't already. Lawrence says, LSU going to crush Louisville. Haley Van Lift have a great game. They showed a video or a clip of Haley saying that Louisville, and I'm not even on that side yet, but whoever Louisville plays, that they're going to lose that game. Like Louisville's not going to win. RC says in Notre Dame too. Robert says South Carolina versus Notre Dame. I would love to see that. I think looking at the bracket, I think Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame, if they go up against Ole Miss, they're that, someone said that last week, they're like a sleeper team. Like they gets down. And I can't put anything past them. I don't know if Notre Dame has the power, the team power to play a lot of teams. I mean, unless Coach Neil Ivy gets some other people somehow or get somebody else ready, with Kylie Watson being out because of her ACL, they only have 6 players. And I don't know how far 6 players can take you. Now, you do have Hannah. So, I mean, that counts for like 2 people, but I don't know realistically how much KK Bransford can come off the bench and switch out with different people. If they get into foul trouble or something happens, I don't know. I don't know how long they can last with it, but they're not going to give up, and I don't think they should. And I'm not saying they are. I'm fighting for them. I'm rooting for them. I just don't know. I don't watch a lot of these tournaments, so y'all tell me. I don't know how well teams have fared when they're down to like nobody in these tournaments. I can see you can do it for a game or 2, but can you do it for 5? You know what I'm saying? That might be a lot. Because I think, isn't UConn in the same position? I think someone else on that side just got hurt. Okay, let me get back to the comments. RC says you actually got Nebraska going to the Sweet 16 before South Carolina knocks them off. Me? Are you looking at my bracket? That bracket, if you are looking at my bracket on that thing, that was chosen for me. I need to go and edit that. I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked at it yet. I have until you have to have the brackets locked in before the tournament starts. So I was going to look at that in detail tomorrow. Nolan says South Carolina and Notre Dame. Okay. Somebody else said that too. Okay. Robert says Stanford versus Texas. All right. Who wins? Who? Oh, you're saying, wait. Are you saying Stafford is going to beat South Carolina? That's interesting. I mean, they actually have Nebraska. Oh, okay. Nolan says, I can't help but thinking that Tennessee and Utah are going to stir the pot a little bit. I mean, Utah and Peely, I mean, she's a walking bucket. You can't really guard her too much. So that might be interesting. That might be really, really interesting. Kyra says, works, great idea. Thank you, Kyra. I appreciate it. And thank you for coming over. I appreciate that. RC says, no, I was saying I got Nebraska going to the Sweet 16 and I just did my bracket. Oh, I thought you were talking about my bracket. And I'm like, I don't know who I picked. The computer picked it, and then I was just going to go and change some things. All right, so for me, I would say South Carolina for sure. And I think Tennessee wants another go. Now, they will have to get past Texas to do it. But I think I would like to see South Carolina and Tennessee. I would just like to see that. Robert says no in the other bracket where Texas and Stafford will be playing. Oh, okay. Robert says I have South Carolina winning the whole thing. So do I. Groovy says I have Iowa getting upset. Oh, really? Well, let's get over there. Let's get over there to that bracket. Y'all can keep commenting what y'all think on that. We're going to move over to this other bracket. So we have... I didn't name these, did I? Okay, these are who we have for Albany 2 and Portland 3. The winners of each of these of Albany 2 and the winner of Portland 3 will go against each other in the Final Four. And hold on, let me take this comment off real quick. All right, so we have Iowa versus whoever wins Holy Cross UT Martin. West Virginia versus Princeton, Colorado versus Drake. I almost said Duke. Drake. Kansas State versus Portland, Louisville versus Middle Tennessee, LSU versus Rice, Creighton versus UNLV, UCLA versus California Baptist. That's on Albany 2 or Albany 2. Portland 3, USC or Southern California versus A&M Corpus Christi. Kansas versus Michigan, go blue. I'm from Michigan, I just have to say that. Baylor versus Vanderbilt or Columbia. Virginia Tech versus Marshall. Syracuse versus either Auburn or Arizona. That will be interesting. UConn versus Jackson State. Shout out to Jackson State. Duke versus Richmond. And then Ohio State versus Maine. Wait, who else? Jackson State, and there's another HBCU. Did I miss them? There was another HBCU. 2 HBCUs made it into the tournament. But I forgot which one was the other one. But so who y'all got? Who do y'all have coming out of Albany 2? Who do y'all having coming out of Portland 3? This one's tough for me for Albany 2 because LSU is going to have to go up against Iowa. That's what I'm seeing. Unless Iowa gets upset. Someone said that. Did someone say that? That Iowa would probably get upset by, did you say West Virginia? I'll go back up to the comments to see. Yeah, Groovy. Groovy said Iowa. He sees Iowa getting upset by West Virginia. It's possible. Anything is possible, y'all. I don't know too much about West Virginia to know, but I I mean, the commentators, when I've been watching ESPN and other different sports shows, and they don't really have Iowa. Not too many of them are putting Iowa in the Final Four. So somebody's going to upset them according to that, whether it's LSU or somebody else. But I want to see the rematch. I want to see. I'm for rematches. I want to see Iowa against LSU, and then I want LSU to beat Iowa. Sorry, RC, but that's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see that, and then I wouldn't mind seeing LSU play Louisville. I would like to see that matchup. Haley play her old school, but I'm going to go with LSU coming out of Albany too. And Portland 3, that one is interesting because Ohio State has been playing really good basketball. I mean, USC got Juju. UConn, again, I don't know if they have the power. Like, I don't think they have the enough team to really make a push. Not saying they can't, but I don't know because I know they're down. I think they're only playing with 6 people as well, I think the last I read. So there's going to be an upset somewhere in here. There's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't know who's going to upset who. Hopefully nobody's upsetting South Carolina. But I will pick... I'll pick... For today, I'll pick USC. I'll pick USC to go up against LSU for the Final Four. So let's see what y'all were saying. RC says, I'm going to be bitter, y'all. If Iowa gets upset, I'm tapping out unless UCLA goes further. I simply am more locked in when my teams are in the thick of it. Don't come for me. I agree. If knock on where I got some wood. Knock on wood, I hope I don't wake my dogs up. Knock on wood, none of my teams or not all my teams are out, because I would probably also lose a little bit of interest if none of my teams have made it far in the tournament. I mean, I would still watch, but I probably wouldn't be as invested. Nolan says, great God, Albany 2. It's crazy, right? Like that side is stacked. Like Colorado, Iowa, LSU, UCLA, like, and that's just some of the top ones for me. But like anybody can win. It's one and done. It's one game. So that's great. That's great. I can't even imagine. RC said, not saying I wouldn't keep watching, but I would be deeply bitter for a while. No, I get it. Lawrence Jacobs, I don't know why I said your whole thing. Lawrence said LSU. Okay, LSU coming out of Albany too? Or is LSU winning that whole side? So they're going to beat whoever you think is coming out of Portland 3. Robert says A&M Corpus Christi. What? You think A&M Corpus Christi is going to come out of Portland 3? That's an upset. That's an upset. Never say never, but that would be crazy if A&M Corpus Christi beat USC and they lost in the first round. That would be crazy. Nolan says, I have Iowa, UCLA in the Albany 2 finals. Iowa and UCLA. So no LSU, huh? WVU almost beat Kansas State twice, and Iowa and Kansas State have won against each other. And I like West Virginia press defense. That is true. I do know that K-State did give it to Iowa at one point. So, I mean, it's not unbelievable that Iowa wouldn't make it out, or at least make it to the final two, but I don't know. MMA Lifestyle says, I got USC and South Carolina getting upset. Oh, and South Carolina? Don't put that out in the atmosphere. Not yet. Hold on a minute. RC says, Iowa going all the way, though. I believe UCLA. I love you, UCLA, but one of y'all got to take a step back, baby. RC, we know you got Iowa going all the way. We shall see. I personally, as much as I want that, I also don't want that. But I still want Raven to get her lick back. And if that means that South Carolina has to meet Iowa in the finals, the finals, then that's what needs to be done. I want Raven to get her lick back, and I want South Carolina to beat Iowa. That's what that would make my whole, like, I would love that. RC, I know you would hate that. I know you're mad that I'm even bringing that up or I'm even saying it, but I'm just saying. A little bit of me wants to see that, but I'm rooting for LSU to come out of that side. Iowa might get beat by Colorado. Possibly. RC says, Jay, LSU got to deal with UCLA first. That's true. We shall see. Lauren says, LSU is not scared of Iowa. We ain't never scared. RC's just making faces. Robert says, Ohio State versus USC. Okay. That's a good game. That's a good matchup. RC says, if UCLA does meet Iowa, I will still go with 22. I mean, who wouldn't, right? The best player on that floor. I would probably go for her too. Although me personally, I won't. But because I'm always going to go for I like underdogs. Outside of South Carolina. South Carolina started off, even though they were undefeated and they had a really good season last season, they started off with a whole new starting five. They already talked about how they weren't playing well together. They didn't know how their season were going to go, and they ended up blowing everybody out of the water. So technically, I did pick an underdog. It's just so this underdog is like super dog now. Groovy says, I have Duke upsetting Ohio State. Ooh. I'm not mad at that. That's also very interesting. RC says, I have Duke making the Elite Eight. Okay. I mean, I still have a little pitter patter in my heart for Duke as well. Hold on, y'all. My dog is, what do you want? Rebel is joining the chat. Let's see. Nolan says, I wonder if Baylor can come back to life in Portland 3. Can Baylor come back to life? Who are they going up against? We don't know yet. Vanderbilt or Columbia. And then if they win that, they're going up against Virginia Tech or Marshall. And if they won that, they would have to go against whoever wins that top spot. So USC, I don't know. Possibly. RC says, I got Marshall getting to the Sweet 16. Spicy takes. You are. Those are some spicy takes. Because where is Marshall at? And the other one, I'm trying to see. My eyesight ain't that good. RC says, Nolan and I were a little worried. And if he isn't, I am, Jay. The committee stacked the deck against us. Everybody's saying that, and yes, it is. It is pretty stacked But that means the best of the best is coming out of that area, and they're going to give whoever makes it out of Portland 3 a run for their money, and they may actually be real contenders. Not that anybody isn't, but that just means they toughed it out, and they can end up taking it all. I'm still going with South Carolina, but whoever makes it out of Albany 2 is a beast. They're a beast team. What's NI86? What is that? I might be misunderstanding something. Robert said no, didn't mean that. What did you say, Robert? I got a lot of comments in here, so sorry if I missed something. RC says I'm going to have to watch Albany 2 with the blanket over my head. Also, you sound like Sess now talking about you want your lick back. Look, Raven, they did my girl Raven wrong. They wasn't guarding her. She's 10 times better of a player this time than she was, I felt, last year. And so, yeah, I want her to get her lick back. She said this was her revenge year. And let's go. Let's see. Let's put it on the floor and see what happens. I love that competition. Robert says, I have UCLA beating Iowa. Lawrence says, my sleeper player for LSU is going to be Aaliyah Del Rosario. She's been doing very well. She's been improving almost every game that she's been in. So I wouldn't be mad at that. I like to see that. Kyra said it would be great to see Dawn and Coach Yo fight it out in Elite 8. Yep. I would like to. That would be good to see. Yeah. Ole Miss always brings it. And I feel like Coach Yo is like the sixth player. Like she's on that court more than anybody. So I love to watch her. I love to watch her coach. Robert says, my only problem with Raven Johnson is she's still reluctant to shoot the basketball. Not as much. I think she is concerned about taking the right shot and not rushing, because I know probably she's getting an earful from Dawn to make sure she's making the right decisions. But I think she takes it and she makes it way more than she did when she was playing against Iowa last year. Like, she literally would not take the shot. Like, I watched. They just left her open and she just passed it. That's not happening this year is all I'm saying. Kyra says, I have Zags taking it all on one of my brackets. Gonzaga? Seriously? Ooh, okay. Crazy upset, but I got a feeling something spicy is coming in the tournament. I also have that feeling. I don't know what it is. It's going to be some upsets. I think it's going to be something crazy that we're not even thinking about. So you might be on to something. Lauren says Coach Kim is Bobby Knight of women's college basketball. Okay. Is she throwing chairs too or no? I remember Bobby from Indiana, the Hoosiers. I'm from Michigan, so we knew all about Bobby Knight. Quit. Okay, my dog is licking my arm. Kyra says, Yo is super passionate. Sess is in the house. What up, Sess? Revenge tour begins now. Hollywood Raven. Yes. Crock pot, plug her up, get her hot, and let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So yeah, those are the brackets. I have the link in my notes somewhere, in the comments somewhere. I don't know if it pinned or if it's just up there. So if y'all want to make your own brackets, click on that link. And if you want to join a group, you can. Sess has a group on there. I'm a part of Sess's group. I'm also a part of Quita Love Sports tournament group. So all you have to do is it's free. I think you can make 3 brackets. They're free. You can join a group, or you can play on your own, or you can get some friends and make your own group. But join in. I want to see whose brackets make it. I know also, I don't know if you guys are on Threads, but LaChina Robinson is doing a contest on her account that if you send a screenshot, she has like a little thing on there that you fill out. And if you send her a screenshot of your bracket and you're close or you win or something, you can get something from her as well. So everybody has something going on. I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen. Kyra says, yeah, Raven is trying to be more selective, but when she's open, she shoots for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see her being hesitant too much, but I do know she's trying to make sure she's doing the right thing. If she has other players that might have a higher percentage shot, she's probably looking more so to pass it to them versus taking a shot herself. But she will take it, and she'll drive to the basket. Like, I see her being way more aggressive this year than last year. Also, last year she was a freshman. She probably didn't have all the confidence in the world, but I think what they've done this year with the team that they have has put a lot of confidence in everybody in South Carolina to know that they can do this if they want it bad enough. They can really do it because kind of the odds were against them because they didn't even know how they were going to be as a team before the season started. So, and then for Wiley, I think always had the confidence. Just put her on the floor. Put her on the floor. She don't care about nobody. She don't care about nothing. She's going to play. So, I mean, that helps. RC says, success. I joined the group. Country Notary says, put the crock pot on high. We want them cooked by the end of the game. Yes. Put that crock pot on high. Bring the butter. Get the fly swatter. Bring everything out. Get the ice. All that. Raven is brilliant. 2 more years. Yes. Like she's a sophomore. She's only going to get better. The team they have now, besides Cardoso and Tahina, even though Tahina's coming back next year, they have a pretty young team. So they're going to be there for a few more years playing together. And if they're this good now as a team, it's scary to see what they're going to do after another year or two together. Like, it might be South Carolina might be doing UConn numbers after a while, UConn and Tennessee, but we'll see. Let's get through this tournament first before I start dreaming too big. And we'll see what we have going on. So that is the whole bracket. Again, check those things out. I want to see in the comments. Give me the likes, guys. If you're in here and you have not given me the thumbs up, please give me the thumbs up. Dwayne is in the house with the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Yes. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I am trying to get to 500. I'm just a little starter channel. I'm a podcaster, so I never really was on YouTube. I decided to go to YouTube, started talking sports, and we are here now. So I'm growing my channel little by little. So right now, I think I was at 309. Was it 309 or 306? 309. And I'm working towards 500. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I would really appreciate it. That's right. As Kyra has in there, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Give me those thumbs up, y'all. I would really appreciate it. I think that's all I have. Let me look through my notes real quick because I thought I might be forgetting something. Let me see. I think, I didn't put this in there. Hold on. I think I forgot to put something in there. But on May 11th, ESPN and I think ABC is going to be showing a docuseries. It's starring Caitlin Clark, Kiki from UCLA, and Camilla from South Carolina. It's a 4-part docuseries. It's coming out May 11th. I think it's going to be dope. Again, women's basketball is continuing to be in the spotlight. For them to have a docuseries on ABC and ESPN, I think that's dope. Again, as we were talking about earlier, learning more about these players, getting to know about their story and their backgrounds and how they see the game, how they play the game, how they interpreted the game. I think is dope. So to have these 3 being spotlighted or in the spotlight, I think is dope. Of course, Caitlin Clark has her own spotlight, but I would love to know more about Camilla and Kiki. I think it'd be dope. And there's another docuseries. I don't know if it's out already or is going to be, but it was something surrounding the NIL deal. So it was going to talk about Angel Reese and Flage and one other player. I don't know if that was just on YouTube or something I saw on Amazon, but that'll be dope to see. And then there's another docuseries called Rooted that is on YouTube, and it is under March Madness channel, the March Madness channel on YouTube. It's called Rooted. I think so far there are 3 episodes, and they follow FGCU. They follow Utah, UConn, South Carolina, and LSU, and Iowa. And they talk to some of those players, some of the star players on there, and just talk about practices and how, getting ready for games and just things out on the outside. Fawali was featured this last episode. It was talking about them growing up, like, cause she's from Columbia, South Carolina. So she plays in front of her hometown, and she was just talking about having her family there to see her play at South Carolina is pretty dope. So yeah, it's a lot of good stuff out there if you're interested in learning more about these players outside of just watching them play basketball. I think it's dope, again, that they're getting the shine that they deserve. And I hope that the noise and the popularity that the collegiate players are getting will transfer, and we can start to get more attention on the W, because the more eyes on them, just like me, when I say give me the likes, I need the likes, put me out in the algorithm so people can see me. The more that people see me, the more people watch, the more subs I will get. The more people watch the W, the more they are entertained by it, the more drawn in they are. Then the W can start to generate more money with advertisers, and they can pay these women more, and they can be treated like the elite athletes that they are. So, I don't know. I just get on my soapbox for a second, but I just really believe in this movement that's happening, and I just want so much for these players to get the accolades and stuff that they deserve. Lawrence says LSU play like Detroit bad boys, and I love it. I also love it. Y'all know I'm not shy. I love trash talk. I don't mind a little push and pull here and there, as long as it's not like fight. I don't think that's necessary. But I mean, if you got to be, sometimes you got to be grimy to win the game. Sometimes you have to be battle tested. Sometimes you're hitting that floor literally to win the game. And I don't mind that sometimes. Just don't try to hurt nobody for real. Like, I don't believe in that. Seth says, yes, run those likes up, y'all. And speaking of Seth, we have something's brewing. We haven't solidified it yet, but shout out to Seth. We might be doing some things together on both platforms. So hopefully if you guys watch both of us, or maybe if you don't, you can, and you're watching me, you can get to know Seth, or if you're watching Seth, you can get to know me, but we're going to collaborate. So I'm super excited about that. RC says, I'm definitely on that docu-series. 2 of my favorites, CC and Kiki. Yep. Those are going to be fire. Thanks for the info. No worries. If I got the info, I'll give it to y'all for sure. Momentum cannot be put back in the bottle. Good. I hope not. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Because these women deserve. 28 people in here, y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs up. RC says another dope show. Thank you. Seth says, yes, something is coming. Robert says, what up to Seth? And I think that's it, y'all. So the tournaments start Friday. The main tournament starts Friday. I know the teams, the 4 teams that have to play each other before we find out which one is going to make it in order to go and start the tournament on Friday. I think they start earlier, either tomorrow or Thursday, but the tournament is Friday, and then it is on and popping. So I'm sure I will be back here on Tuesday, but you never know. If you guys have subscribed, hit that bell, because I might just be popping up. I don't know. It depends on how excited I am and how much I want to talk about what's going on. I might just pop up and do some random lives. I'm not sure yet. Depends on work and all that other stuff. But turn those bells on if you're not already. Turn them on so you'll know when I'm live or when I make a post and stuff like that. So you might see me before. Tuesday. We shall see. And then just look out for what me and Sess have going on. Hey, Bree Wayne, welcome to the live. Good to see you. Bree Wayne wants to know, Kyra, are you everywhere? Kyra is always everywhere. I just appreciate that she's up in here too. Nolan says, great show. Thank you, Nolan. Dwayne says, you and Sess be really entertaining. Thank you. I think Sess is way more entertaining than me. I love to go in there and watch her and Coach go back and forth. It's pretty funny. Bree Wayne says, what's up, Auntie, to Sess. Lee said, what time is South Carolina game? What's up, Lee? Welcome to the live. Let me see. I want to say 1 o'clock. No, 2 Central. So I think it's 3 o'clock Eastern. But let me double check. Hold on. Let me see. Of course, the thing that I'm looking for doesn't pop up. I think it's 2 o'clock Central Time, my time. Kyra says, you too, Bree Wayne. Seth says, what up to the fam that's in here? Lawrence says, love your show. I hope that's to me. Maybe that might be to Seth, but I hope that's to me, but thank you. Kyra says, here for women in ball. And I appreciate that. Mike Jank, welcome to the live. Final Four predictions. I said right now, and it might change after I get off of here. South Carolina, Tennessee, LSU, USC. But don't hold me to that because that might change. That's just what I want in my mind right now. Robert says, oh, I can get off of this. Robert says, very good show. Thank you, Robert. Bree Wayne says, good show, Jay. You got that ASMR voice for real. Fun fact, I hate my voice. People say I have a good voice. I don't know. I don't get it, but thank you. I appreciate it. I hear it a lot. I don't like my voice, but thank you. Mike says, Big Sess, Big Coach are the homies. Seth says 2 p.m. Friday. Yep. So 2 p.m. Central Time, I believe. Or is it, now I'm confused. Seth, what is that? Central or Eastern Time, 2 p.m.? Lee says, dang, I have a class that game. Record it, put it on DVR. Lawrence says, I love both of y'all shows. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate that. RC says, everyone buckle the TF up for Friday. Mike Jenks said, ooh, you love the SEC. I do. That's what I've been watching this season. So I don't get to watch a lot of the other games. So yeah, I lean towards the SEC. And plus Tennessee has been giving South Carolina the business. And I just like the competition. I would like to see that. I don't know if Tennessee will make it to the Final Four, but I don't know. for my own selfish reasons, I want to see that. Eastern. So 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern for the game for South Carolina. Country Wayne said, watching the Rooted documentary now. It's really good. Mo, hey Mo, welcome to the live. They did LSU wrong with Albany too. They did a lot of people wrong with Albany too. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Eastern, I thought, okay. What I was thinking was my time. So if it's 2 Eastern, it's 1 my time. I was just getting confused. So I'm Central. The game is ESPN. Yep, it's going to be on ESPN. And then the SEC is where it's at. Yeah, I like the SEC. I don't really get to watch Big Ten too much. I don't get to watch Pac-12 too much. Like, all the games that come on TV are mainly SEC games and ACC. So that's just where I lean. But that's all I have, y'all. So before I get out of here, 29 people, thank y'all for showing up. Give me the likes if you haven't already. You can see down at the bottom there, I'm on a quest for 500 subs. So if you do like the show, feel free to go ahead and subscribe. If you're not sure yet, you can check. I have a playlist. If you're just here for sports, I have J Talk Sports playlist. All my episodes about sports is on there. But if you like other things, I have things on music videos. I have my podcast. Some of my episodes are from my podcast are on here. I do different special videos, going through my old hip hop magazines, talking about my favorite artists. I have a What's Your Top 10 series going on right now. So I have something for everybody. So if y'all are interested, check those things out and then give me the sub. I'm sure it's something that you guys would like. Nolan says SC is 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on Friday. Lawrence says Albany 2 going to have high TV ratings. Yes, they are. They're already expecting the women's, most of these games to really have like crazy ratings. And I think Iowa's game is actually playing on ABC and not on ESPN, because most of them are going to be happening on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News. But I think the Iowa game is happening on ABC, of course, because Caitlin Clark. RC says, salute, catch you when you come back. All right. And Rakia Kyra says Rakia can't do it all every game, so I have Tennessee out in the second round, maybe third at best. Yeah, I agree with that. The same way I feel about Notre Dame. But I can wish and I can hope. Mo says if LSU makes it to Iowa, Iowa will lose because who's going to guard Angel and Anissa, because they won't have any answers for them. I'm with it. I'm with LSU beating Iowa, and I'm with South Carolina beating Iowa. Kyra says, will you go live for the music? I have in the past before, but it just depends on what I'm doing, because I actually play music, and YouTube don't like that. They give me copyright issues, so I can't go on here too much and play music, but sometimes I do go live and do my podcast, and I talk about music and stuff there. So just check me out. I might have something coming up. We don't go live for the top 10s because we take a lot of breaks. But yeah, I might go live one time doing that. Lawrence says, good night from Louisiana. Good night, Lawrence. RC says, LS team, not the same either. That's true. And then Bree Wayne says, at Mo, I say Iowa will beat LSU because of the refs. Angel will be on that bench. That's also true, because they love getting her in foul trouble. Not to say that she doesn't call some of those fouls, but sometimes I feel like some of that stuff doesn't need to be called. But then they don't call enough, and we get what happened with South Carolina and LSU last time. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. Again, turn on those bells. I might go live at some point before Tuesday. If not, I'll see y'all Tuesday. Thank y'all so much. Peace out, y'all. All right.